Chrissy, you've still got Elizabeth to think about.
Keep me hopes up, you mean? Just to give them the satisfaction of saying I can't have her? Oh, the bastards. I'll show them.
Your word doesn't mean anything to these women anymore, Mrs. Davidson.
Perhaps because I have been coerced into breaking it so often, Mrs. Powell.
We don't want to be forced into a strike. But unless you make a decision by tomorrow morning, giving us the extra protection we want, you leave us no choice.
All's quiet down here. How are things at your end?
Same.
Then why are you looking so worried?
It's the quiet. I think I'd rather have the noise. Any noise.
You worry too much. You're just settling down for the night.
Well, usually there's a lot of chatter around this time, but listen.
Don't let it get to you. They're probably beginning to realise that their tactics aren't working, that's all.
Maybe you're right.
How do you think the union demands will go?
Oh, well, they'll have to be met, Jim. It's not an idle threat. There will be a strike if something isn't done. I gather you still think we're wrong.
Well, I just think us carrying batons and the extra staff will make things worse. It could be the very thing to make things blow up.
Yeah, but no one can work efficiently under the present conditions. Something has to be done, and soon.
Well, nothing we can do. We just have to wait for Mrs. Davison to make up her mind.
Well, let's hope she makes the right decision.
No, you're right. It is eerie.
Perhaps they are just settling down for the night, like you said.
Yeah, we better finish our rounds.
Settle down!
All right, quiet!
Stop that noise! Where do you play that?
Keep the noise down. Cut that noise. Come on.
What are they up to now? They should have let us out of here 10 minutes ago.
They'll be here soon.
Yeah, well, I don't like it. What if they are on strike? We could be in here forever. God, Lizzie, what's up with you? Don't you care?
I just don't want any trouble. I'm too old for all this sort of thing.
Too old to fight for your rights? I've never seen you like this before.
But this is different. The feeling in here is full of hate. It's as though everyone was waiting for something to happen, and when it does, it's going to be something real bad.
Yeah, well, they've backed us into a corner, and the only way we can survive is to fight any way we know how. Now, you know that?
Yeah, but there's going to be trouble. Real trouble, and I don't want any part of it, so leave me alone.
Come on, ladies.
I was beginning to think you'd forgotten we were here.
Well, that's hardly likely after last night, Bryant.
What's going on? Where is everybody?
You're not all showering at the same time this morning, Smith. We can keep an eye on you better this way. We've had enough trouble.
And we don't want any more. Do you understand? Where's Birdsworth?
Oh, come on, Birdsworth, move. We're not going to wait around all day for you.
As soon as you're showered, Birdsworth, go to the kitchen. The rest of you will be brought back to your cells.
Back to our cells? What for?
You'll be spending the day there if that's all right with you.
If you hadn't broken the equipment in the laundry, you'd be able to work as usual. As it is, you've only got yourselves to blame.
Well, that depends entirely on your point of view. Now, I don't think any of the girls will mind today doing nothing, will we, girls?
No.
Come on, move it, now.
Well, looks like we've got quite an escort.
I didn't know better. I'd say they were frightened of being alone with us.
Don't be ridiculous, Brian.
Oh, I don't think it's ridiculous. I think you think there's safety in numbers, but you can't keep us locked in our cells forever. And just remember, there's always going to be more of us than there are of you.
Hello, Chrissy. How are things?
Oh, you know, coming.
Ah, I see you're job hunting.
Yeah, and by the time I've crossed out all the ones I'm not qualified for, there's nothing left. So, I just sit here. No job, no man, no money, and hardly a chance of getting Elizabeth back.
Now, that's not true, Chrissy. All it takes is proving that you're a capable mother. Now, if you'd been charged with being with Mick, it would have been impossible. You're really a very lucky lady.
Oh, yeah, I'm the luckiest girl I know.
I've made an appointment for a hearing with the child welfare people.
When?
In 2 days' time, we'll present our case then.
2 days.
Well, I'm sure there'll be no doubt in their minds that you love Elizabeth and want to keep her. But what we must prove is suitable accommodation and means of support.
Oh, well, that's great, that is, isn't it? I've got no job. Most of Mick's savings went on doing this place up. And I've got no money of my own, have I? So I can't keep this place on. Oh, God, what am I going to do? They won't give me custody, I know it.
Look, you'll be on unemployment benefits until you get custody, and then you'll qualify for the single mother's pension.
Oh, yeah, and you know how much that is?
Yes, I agree. It's not a fortune.
Not a fortune? It's not enough to live on. I won't be able to stay here. I've got to get myself a job. I've got to get some money. That's the only thing that's going to let me keep Elizabeth. Money. Excuse me, are you the manager?
Yeah, what can I do for you?
Well, I've come about that job that was advertised in the paper this morning.
Fine. Have a seat.
Thanks.
I hope you've had some experience waitressing. Quite frankly, I'm not interested in breaking in anyone who isn't used to the job.
Well, yes, I have. I've worked in quite a few places, actually.
Oh, that's all right, then. Where did you work?
I worked at the Bell and Anchor. I was there for about a year. Yeah. Then I went to the Black Swan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did about 6 months at McCourty's seafood restaurant.
I've been around here for quite a while. I've never heard of these.
Oh, sorry, I meant to say they're in New Zealand, see?
You have references, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, that is, I did have, but I'm afraid they've all got lost in my moving. I've lost quite a lot of stuff, actually.
What are you wasting my time for? I've heard all this before. You think I won't check on you because it means long-distance phone calls. Well, you're right. I wouldn't even waste my time.
Look, I'm sorry, but I really need a
job.
Oh,
I know. You want the job. So does everybody else. Look, I just haven't got time to be breaking in an inexperienced girl.
But I have had experience in restaurants, honestly.
Oh, yeah, sure. Look, things are going to get pretty busy around here shortly. Look, I've got things to do.
Thanks for nothing.
Oh, so you're back. I almost started talking to myself.
Oh, there are a lot of brekkies to serve.
You mean you've been handing out breakfast all this time?
Yeah, I just finished. Why?
Because the morning's half over, that's why. God, they get you up at the crack of dawn and make you wait to go to the showers. And then they make you wait until almost lunchtime before they serve you breakfast. It's bloody ridiculous.
What's the difference? Nobody's going anywhere anyway.
Will you snap out of it, Lizzie? Things are bad enough in here as it is. We've got to do something about it. And that means everyone, including you.
You don't need me.
We need everyone.
Look, Bea, I'm not trying to talk you out of anything, but I don't want to get involved. I'm too old, and all I need is just a bit of peace.
Yeah, well, something's going to happen, all right. There's no way of avoiding that now. Things have gone too far.
Yeah, well, it's going to happen without me.
Oh. When are they going to let us out of here? I'm going nuts shut up in this place.
Oh, take it easy, Jude. It can't go on forever.
Yeah, feels as though it already has.
Look, why don't you just go and sit down and try and forget about it, because that pacing up and down is getting on my nerves.
I'm sorry, honey.
Sis, I hate the feeling of being locked up, you know?
Well, it's a great thing to worry about when you're in here.
You know what? I reckon we shouldn't have made that mess in the laundry. I mean, at least if we hadn't, they would have let us out to do some work.
We had to do it because we had to show them that we wouldn't let them